Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. This is going to be for all my Libras and what you should know right now. All right. So it doesn't matter what time I post this video, it only matters when you decide to watch this video is the right time for you. Doesn't matter what day it is. This was meant for you if you find yourself connecting. Okay. This message is for you from your loved ones. Now we're going to start off with these cards up here. Now this is going to represent you, okay? The main the main characters of this story. You have the King of Wands, the Magician, and the Knight of Wands. Now notice you not only have the King and the Knight of Wands in your message for today, but you also have the Queen of Wands. You have the Page of Wands. So you have the entire family or hierarchy of the court cards, okay, of the wands. For me, this means this is going to be about family. This is going to be about relationships. This is going to be about marriage. It's going to be about your work, okay, and the relationships within your work. Also a hierarchy of power, the balance or imbalance of power, of responsibilities, okay, conflict. But let's look more. So I feel as if you are the Knight of Wands in this message, not meaning that you have more power or less power, okay, than anybody else. But just in this particular message, it does look like you are working on something different for yourself. Because I do see in your recent past, you may be wanting something new. I do see some disappointment, dissatisfaction, maybe some betrayal or heartache. And I do see you not wanting to be the person that always follow the rules or always sticks to tradition or always be the one that's the most dependable, that people rely on because you always follow through when other people don't. I have a feeling that you carry a lot of burden on your shoulders and other people take advantage of that because you could do it so well. So you may be someone who's very skillful, very intelligent, very creative, very caring. You have compassion within you, but I do see that you do not want to play that role anymore, or at least that person that is taken advantage of. And this could be in your family, in your personal relationships. This could be in your professional relationships at work. Okay, just take whatever you can relate to or connect with, because this is a collective reading, so not everything you are going to relate to or connect with. Just keep that in mind. Now, I do see that in your recent past. Now, if we were to say you are the Knight of Wands in this message, your eyes are on the Magician. Now, why are your eyes on the Magician? So the Magician is all about, the Magician is all about manifestation of your goals. You bring all your dreams and your goals into reality with the expertise that you have, with the skills that you have, with the resources that you have. And this is what you have your focus on, which, makes sense if now you're leaving behind something that you no longer want to do, or what you no longer want to identify as. Now, it does look like you're also wanting to make sense of what happened. If we look here, it looks like you're trying to make sense around this row. You're trying to make sense of either a marriage that is dissolving or falling apart, or a marriage that is now over. So you may be looking at divorce papers, maybe looking at, for some of y'all, you may be even going to therapy, couples therapy, counseling, and trying to make sense of what happened. For some of you. And if this is not about a marriage or a partnership, if this is about work, it looks like you're trying to make sense of, Okay, how did I end up in a job that I hate? And how can I find one that could fill me up with more passion or be at least a little bit more satisfying than the one that you had? If you haven't, it doesn't look like anyone has fully, because the tower is in reverse, it doesn't look like you have fully been separated, or you are, it doesn't look like you have cut ties permanently or completely just yet from a partner or from a job or from a situation. You still are circling back to a certain person or certain situation because you're just trying to figure out, okay, what went wrong and how can I fix it, is what I'm getting from you. And I also see a bit of frustration in, so if there has been a betrayal, I see you as if you're the Page of Wands, like you're wondering, not only trying to make sense of what happened, you're also trying to figure out why is the other person, if there's another person who betrayed you or did something wrong in your eyes or in your opinion, you're wondering, why have they not gotten what they deserved or have the karma come back to them? It seems as if the other person who's done you wrong, they've gotten away with it time and time again, or other people don't notice what you notice. So there could be someone in your life or group of people in your life that they don't deserve what they have, and they may be very much supported by other people, and you're like, I don't get it. You know, you're standing there like, I don't get it. Why do people not see what I see? Because I see right through this person or this group of people, is what I'm getting. Now, if we take a look at the King of Wands, okay, remember, if you're the Knight of Wands, you're also looking at this King of Wands. You're not only also looking at what you're trying to manifest in the Magician and trying to figure out what went wrong. You're trying to figure out this person. So this King of Wands here could represent your partner, okay? This could represent your boss or certain coworkers or a family member, someone who may have, maybe, okay, this is just for some of y'all, who may have a little more authority than you or a little bit more power. They could also have resources available to them that you don't. So in a way, it may feel like they have more power than you. Okay, you're also watching them. You're watching them get praised. For some people, they're getting praised at work. People love them. Right? People are like, oh, you're wonderful, you're amazing, and don't worry about you, Libra. Like they're like, oh, we don't like Libra. Our Libra is not as good as this King of Wands. Libra could do better if, actually, no, they're maybe thinking King of Wands can do better than be with Libra, to be married with Libra, or to have Libra be promoted. Like, no, I feel like there's some people who are very much against you, but not for everybody, okay? I feel like that's only for certain people. But if they're not against you or gossiping about you, I do see them as being there's certain people that are cheerleading for this King of Wands, and the King of Wands is loving it. They love it. They love this. They love the attention. They love the compliments. You know, they may treat their cheerleaders better than they treat you, Libra. Okay, is what I'm getting. Maybe that has to do with why you're so fed up with what you do on a day-to-day basis, because the King of Wands has no time for you and for recognizing all that you do, because they want to pay more attention and give more energy to the people, these cheerleaders in their life. And that definitely looks like it could have created that imbalance and this disruption or conflict I see going on. But I do see that the people surrounding this King of Wands, even though they may praise him, they're not really for him, okay, or her. Doesn't matter if you're man or woman. If the King of Wands represents the other person in this message, it doesn't matter if they're cheering for him. They're not for him, the King of Wands. They don't really want to work with him. So on the outside, they're praising him, but behind his back, they're gossiping about him, actually. But it looks like it doesn't even matter to you one way or another, because you've already made up your mind. You could care less about this third party, these cheerleaders that are maybe against you, gossiping even about you. You don't care. You don't care one way or another, because you've already made up your mind to distance yourself from this third party. Even if it's mentally or emotionally or physically, you're like, you've checked out, it looks like. But the King of Wands hasn't realized that the people that he surrounds him with may not be as genuine or authentic as they seem. And if you are the King of Wands in this story, maybe your message for today is, can you trust the people around you? You know, all that glitters is not gold, right? And the grass is not always greener on the other side. So maybe your message is then, have you really looked at the people around you? And are they the people that you want around you? Are there people in your life who've supported you time and time again that you've overlooked or neglected? Okay, sure, we can say work has been chaotic, you know. You got a lot on your plate. You got a lot of responsibilities. Okay, yeah. But if there's people around you that are good-hearted people who do support you, who are kind to you, who give you their time and their energy on a consistent basis, then maybe you should put in that work too, if you still want them in your life. Otherwise, you may find yourself alone. And it does look like this King of Wands, he finds himself alone. Because while people are cheering him on, look, if I pick it up, while the King of Wands is too busy looking at the people cheering him on the inside, the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is, this isn't the original image, but the original image of the Three of Pentacles is someone who is three people working together. So on the inside, they're not working together. So I think I like that beautiful imagery. And I think the King of Wands is caught up in this third party because he wants to be the King of Pentacles. I see some sadness or disappointment or dissatisfaction within internally the King of Wands, because he wants to be somebody else. He wants to take a different he wants to go a different route in his career, or he doesn't want to be married anymore. Or if this is someone who stepped out of their partnership or relationship, okay, an affair, it looks like they may not be happy with the people that they've chosen to be with, okay? But they don't see a way out. If we look at this row right here, the King of Wands in reverse, the King of Pentacles, it's almost as if the King of Wands is saying, I don't want to be the King of Wands. I want to be the King of Pentacles. But he doesn't know how to be the King of Pentacles. He only knows how to be one way. So the King of Wands may be stuck in the role that they've been playing for a long time now. So they, you know, it's like a tiger can't change their stripes, but only because they've been doing it for so long. And if this is you, if you are the King of Wands, I do see because you feel stuck, you're trying to let out your dissatisfaction in other ways, to soothe yourself, to comfort yourself, to distract yourself. And it's coming out through unhealthy habits or unhealthy behaviors. And in the form of, it could be addiction, okay? are just negative patterns of behaviors that do not benefit you in the long run, is what I'm saying. But it looks like you're like, I need it. I need these things that can make me feel better. This King of Wands, they're like, I need things to make me feel better because I'm not happy about who I am. Therefore, I'm going to keep doing these negative patterns of behaviors and habits, and it's just a vicious cycle, and they're not happy. And that's something that they're dealing with. They're dealing with their own demons, okay? This King of Wands. But for you, I do not see you leaving. I see you trying to figure out a way of how to make it work. For some of y'all, I see you trying to make it work. Whether this is in your personal life or professional life, I see you wanting to make this work. And also needing to make this work. For some of y'all, you can't get out of it. And there's no judgment here. But this is what I am seeing for you. And I think your loved ones on the other side, if you haven't already told yourself or looked within deeper, I think for you the message is, yeah, you're not happy. You are not happy in the role that you have been playing just as much as the King of Wands. And if y'all are both wanting a way out, why are you still trying to make it work in the first place? I do see a lot of pages. You have a Page of Wands, Page of Cups. There could be children involved in why you want to make something work, a situation or a relationship or a career. I see you wanting to make it work for children, for some of y'all. But you could also have invested so much that it is like a baby that you can't lose out on the house that you've bought or the car that you bought or, your lifestyle. You don't want to lose certain things that you value so much. Therefore, you have to make this marriage work or you have to make this job work. So you can't really quit or find another job, or you can't really go back to college, or you can't really, leave your marriage or finalize a divorce just yet because you have so much emotionally attached to a certain person or to a certain career. Okay, I get it. I understand. There's no judgment. But what do your loved ones want to say after we have said all this? And I do think this is also meant to help validate you, to acknowledge you. I think your loved ones are saying, hey, I see what you're going through. Okay, a lot of ish. Okay, which is why all these cards were pulled. But what else do they want to tell you? Okay. So you have the Three of Swords in reverse, the Star, and the Tower in reverse. Now, if you remember, you had the Tower in reverse in the initial spread. So you can rewind this video and look at the Tower in reverse. The Tower was under the Magician. And remember, the Magician was just a symbolism of you wanting to focus on understanding why things went wrong. Like why? I feel like there's a big question of within you, Libras, of why did things go the way that they did? Why did I choose the actions that I did? Why did the other person choose the actions they did? Why, what, how? And once you understand, there's this need for you to make things right again, or to make things feel better, or something to be solved, or something to be put back together, which is why you want to manifest a tower from falling, is what I got from your initial spread. Here we cleared away, clean slate of that message. of validating you, and your loved ones want to tell you. You can heal yourself from within, okay, even if you stay where you are, in the situation you're in the environment that you're in the relationship that you're in. With the exception, if you're in an unsafe environment, this is not for you, okay? I'm not saying stay in an unsafe environment, but if that's not a factor, if it's just a place where you're trying to make a marriage work or make a career or job work, and you're not necessarily happy with how people have been working with you, if there's a way for you to find stability, some type of stability, and stay where you are and still be safe and healthy, and okay, we can work on your happiness. We can work on being passionate again, having that light back in your eyes again. We can work on that if you have safety, you're healthy, you know. Okay, what else? So we're gonna shuffle again. Three card pull. What else they want to tell you? Okay, this could be read in two different ways, or a multitude of ways, but we're only going to say two or three, depending. We'll see. For some of y'all, your loved ones on the other side, they want to tell you, do not give up on love. If you truly love this person and they are a good person for you, no matter if other people are talking in your ear or talking in their ear saying, you know, this Libra is not good for you, and your partner's not good for you, Libra, don't be with that person. Leave them. Don't trust them. This is a message for you to, if you want to try again, there is no shame in trying again. Only you know what's best for you, right? So if you were confused on what to do, your loved ones are saying, follow your heart. Follow your heart. You know what's best for you. And also for some of y'all, your loved ones on the other side, they want to let you know, do not give up on what fills you with joy or fills you with passion or fills you with contentment or warm feelings, something that lights up your eyes again. Don't give up on pursuing those goals or pursuing, you know, those hobbies or pursuing those relationships or pursuing that career. Don't give up on your dreams in the face of your restrictions. Yeah, life has boundaries, and you're going to have to work within the perimeter or the boundaries that are set in place. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. But even if you have to stay working where you are, you can still find joy in other places outside of work. And I feel like I had the same message in the collective. So if you want to go look at the collective reading, Libras, feel free to look at the collective, because in that reading, I also saw that there was a need for everyone to find joy, and even in the smallest of places. So if you cannot find joy in your career, where can you find joy and happiness? What can put a smile on your face? Is it a hobby you could take up? Okay, is it just setting a small goal for yourself once a week, going for a walk, or go see a new movie, or, you know, something, just something that you can do to help break up the monotony of your day-to-day life and all the responsibilities you may have that don't fill you. They don't fill you up. They don't make you happy. Well, how can you break it up into small chunks that are more doable for you. That way you can find your way back to a happier life little by little. And that's for some of y'all. Anything else, loved ones? Anything else, loved ones? Three card pull. You have the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Hermit, and the Justice in reverse. There's another message here for some of y'all. Your loved ones want to acknowledge some of y'all had an opportunity, but it didn't work out. And you're wondering what went wrong, because you did all that you could do. You did your best, and you didn't receive it. Okay. And it wasn't fair. So your loved ones want to acknowledge, yes, it wasn't fair. It was not fair. There was something in your life that you really wanted for some of y'all, and you didn't get it. And your loved ones are saying, yeah, it's not fair. But I hear but. I hear but, because your loved ones are always positive, or they're always bringing in, those encouraging words. So let's see what they have to say to that. You have the Empress, the Seven of Wands, and the High Priestess in reverse. So something was a missed opportunity, and it wasn't fair, but there's a loved one here, okay, who could be a mother figure that was in your life who has passed. They want to let you know that they are still on your side, and they're still going to try to make things work on their end to come help you out, is what I'm getting. But that's just for a few select of you, okay? Another way of looking at this, for some of y'all, there is something in the works happening behind the scenes for you, where once this injustice or this unfairness, what you've experienced will no longer be, is what I'm getting. There will be a reversal of what happened. So all the things that you were like, I was right, and everybody told me no, I'm wrong, or nobody believed me, or nobody, everyone said, I don't want to say, maybe they said you were crazy, or maybe they said you were jealous, and that's why you kept saying these things. And well, guess what? One day, everyone, you will have your justice, is what this row is telling. These three cards are telling me. One day people will believe, oh, Libra was right all along. You will have that. Okay. Anything else, loved ones, before I close it out? So we have the Nine of Wands yet again. Remember, you have the Nine of Wands right here. So you have the Five of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands yet again, and the Queen of Pentacles. Your loved ones want to tell you, trust in this process. Trust that your life will regain a sense of stability, a sense of harmony and balance. You will feel more stable, more secure, more happy soon. All right, trust the process, because without a doubt, if you do not give up, you will become the Queen of Pentacles, man or woman. Now remember, you were represented by the Queen of Wands in the initial reading, right? So rewind the tape and notice that you were represented in your recent past as the Queen of Wands, but you were someone who didn't want to be the Queen of Wands. Now your loved ones are saying, in the future, you will become the Queen of Pentacles, which is someone who may have a new role, a new job title, a whole new career for some of y'all, a whole new relationship, or you can have a much more secure, stable, and happy relationship. Whether it's with the one you have or in a different one, that is in the cards for you. It's in the cards. It's in the cards. So trust the process of what you're going through. You will get that justice. People will see, dang, Libra was right all along. All right. And you could still find yourself and find joy in where you are now. It is possible. If only you do not give up. You got you got 2 9 of Wands. Your loved ones are really telling you here, please do not give up, because you are almost there. Just believe in that without a doubt. And if you don't believe me, let's clean this off. That's my version of cleaning. We're going to get 3 cards of encouragement, okay? 3 cards of encouragement to close this reading off. Okay, 3 card pull for your word of encouragement for Libra. The 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. I want you to take a look at these 2. So your loved one, if you were this person here, okay, and you're walking away from all that you've always wanted, dreamed about, desired, you wanted, you needed, you're walking away. If you walk away from all that is meant for you, it would be a disservice to you. It would be the ultimate betrayal. So your loved ones are saying, do not walk away from who you are, and do not walk away from what is meant for you, and do not stop believing in what is meant for you. 9 of Wands, do not give up. And that is what I have for you today. I hope this helps. Take care.